What's up, guys? It's Yo Goats. I got Ogre with me over here. Hafa, I'm the Goat. And this is just like a little bonus episode we're going to throw in off the cuff real quick. Topic we thought of before the show. Last show was kind of short. We're going to talk a little bit about ghosts and aliens and kind of how we feel about them and our experiences with them. So I'm a pretty, I would say, interested person in aliens and space and that kind of thing. Ghosts, I have to say, not as much, but I don't close any doors to anything really. And Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, so that's kind of where I am on those two subjects. Where are you, Hafa, on ghosts and aliens?
Aliens, I mean, to think that we're the only like actual beings that in the whole fucking universe that we're the only ones that exist. I would say probably I don't know, 70-30, 70 leaning towards there's not aliens, or I don't know. And then the ghost thing, I'm completely
so you think there's a 70% chance that we're the only ones?
I mean, dude,
is that what you're saying, or you think there's 70% chance that
with
there is
with all the technology and everything that we have and everything, and there's not really any solid
But I want to understand what you're saying. 70% no or 70% yes?
70% no.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you pretty much think there isn't any aliens?
I mean, it could be.
Wow.
I'm not completely shutting it down, but the ghost shit, I don't know, man. To me, that's hard to
what percent are you on ghosts?
Probably 0, man.
So you're almost convinced that ghosts do not exist.
I've heard stories from people,
but you're just there's not a 0% chance.
I'm not real big on the paranormal.
You're not even leaving one.
Not even one, man.
Wow. Hardcore.
I don't know, man.
0%. All right, fair enough. Where you at, Freddie, percentage-wise, on aliens and ghosts?
This guy's a full-fledged Walter McCall. I can tell by the smirk on his face.
Dude, I take a lot of shit, bro. I take a lot of shit, from my brother, who's just like you, skeptic as fuck.
He's a good-looking guy. He looks like me.
Yeah, he does. Actually, you're both bald. But
I'm balding, you fucking dick.
That was a left jab. Well, the boxing episode's up next. He started it off early.
So he's super skeptic, needs to see things done in a scientific level, needs to be reproduced, the whole nine. That's what his whole take is.
Right.
I've seen them both, bro. I've seen both aliens and I've seen both ghosts.
Ask him. Have you ever seen what? Ask him.
I'll tell you both my stories.
We're going to get into the stories, but first tell me your percentage.
Oh, 100%.
On both?
Oh, yeah.
That they exist?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did I say my percentages?
Yes, what's
your... Well, after 100%, you can top that. So
no, I'm not going to be able to top that. But on aliens, I'm 100%.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have to.
There's no freaking way that we're the only things, dude. I cannot believe that would be pompous of me to think, we're so special. We're the only ones. The universe is infinite, dude. We're in a pretty big room here. If we were to take grains of salt and fill this room to the roof with grains of salt, that probably would still not even begin to represent the amount of possibilities and places in the universe, and it's always expanding of where there could be some form. Maybe they look like walking whiskey glasses or something. I don't know. Who knows what they look like? They're not going to look like us. But other life forms in other places, there has to be. On the ghost thing, that I would be probably a little bit more... I would probably be on the ghost thing where you are on the alien thing. Maybe
70-30?
Nah, maybe not that high. Maybe 90-10. I've never seen one. I could see one tomorrow, and I could be at the 100%. It's just never happened to me. That's kind of where I'm at. Anyways, you have a couple stories to tell.
Yeah, I've
got
a couple stories.
Who are you getting into first? Your alien or your ghost? It's not the ghost of an alien that died, right?
No.
That would be tremendous.
I've seen them both. I mean, for me, aliens aren't as sexy as ghosts. Ghosts are super fucking sexy, bro. You can see a fucking leg show up.
So you saw a hot ghost?
No. I'm going to tell my alien story first, because the alien story, I think, is... it's an alien story. I was in Gulf Breeze, Florida, which I come to find out is the capital for UFOs. I think their football team's named the UFOs.
Where is this?
Gulf Breeze, Florida. It's on the Panhandle.
Oh, look at that.
So for all our Panhandle friends, Gulf Breeze, Florida, you
I
guys
don't
know
think
who
they
you
have
are.
Wi-Fi over there, but no.
Oh, it's Yahoo. It's Yahoo as it gets. Oh man, I shouldn't have said
How far is that from Tallahassee?
About an hour east, I think.
So an hour before you get to Tallahassee, you're passing through there?
Yeah, east of it.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
Gulf Breeze, Florida. I was on a bridge fishing with my dad.
What were you doing in Gulf Breeze, Florida?
Visiting mother-in-law
Okay.
or her sister or my mother's sister-in-law family.
Gotcha.
So we were on the bridge in Gulf Breeze, Florida, and
Because I don't imagine there's any other reason to
No.
go to Gulf. Okay.
So you had somebody with you when this happened.
my dad, he was with me on the bridge, and we were on a fishing bridge because he's a big time
At
fisherman.
night or daytime?
Nighttime, 11 o'clock.
Of course.
And the dude's casting the line, and
Have
I'm
you
looking
been-
up at the sky.
Have you been drinking?
No, dude, I was 17.
Were you smoking?
No, would I smoke with my dad?
I don't know.
We weren't.
Some
that,
people have that
We weren't that
relationship.
close. So we were casting lines. It was 11 o'clock at night, and I look up at the sky, and I see off into the distance, I see like a little bead of light, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And within a second, it went from one end of the horizon to the other, but in a nanosecond, went whoosh, just right over. I had a video camera that wouldn't work, and I was like, "You gotta let me record this shit." And with me saying that, and I don't know if it's coincidence or whatnot, it allowed me to record a little bit of that of the movement. I don't have that video.
Of course you wouldn't.
My dad does. My dad has it, but I watched this.
Now
thing.
you need to get that footage.
I watched this thing go from one end of the horizon to the other in speed so freaking crazy. There's no way that a plane can move that fast.
Let me ask you.
No, and people were around me. They didn't react.
Let me ask you something. They didn't react.
Nope, because they were so used to it.
So what'd you do afterwards? You just kept fishing?
Man, we were dumbfounded by what we were seeing, man. I couldn't believe what we were.
He saw it too?
Yeah, we were both.
How fast was it?
Dude, it was super fast. We're talking one end of the horizon from your point of vision to the other in a less than a second.
And was there a trail behind it?
No, it was just and you could follow
You
it.
both happened to be looking in the sky at the same time?
We saw just weird movements, stuff that didn't make any sense. Because when you see a plane move like this, for the viewers, it moves very slowly on the horizon. This thing went from one end of the horizon to the other end in a split second.
Do you know that we can see the International Space Station with the naked eye?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, we can. However, that's why I'm asking how fast it was moving, because
Super fast.
the International Space Station will move. It'll pop up from it could pop up from the bottom of the horizon, depending on, but this with the naked eye, you see it and it's just a light. It's a light and it goes. It may be gone in 10 seconds from the time it pops out to the time it goes away. It could be a shooting star too, right? There's shooting stars.
The thing is, it never left my field of vision. It was always in front of me, and it would move around intelligently.
Did it move
Backwards and forwards, up and
Oh,
down.
well, that's different.
Yeah, it was doing
that-
all
yeah,
sorts of.
no.
It was doing all sorts of what you would call intelligent movement, right? It was moving
that's
backwards,
different.
forwards, left and right, up and down, circling. It would do strange patterns, and it would do them in just split second. I mean, from one end to the other.
No, that's different
It just
than
doesn't make sense. But in the bridge that I was in, no one responded, and it's because I come to find out. I drive home. I stop off at a Tallahassee gas station. I pick up a book about Gulf Breeze sightings. It was like the mecca for UFO visitations.
Now, were you facing the
Panhandle.
Were you facing the Gulf?
Yeah.
So you're on the Panhandle, kind
Facing
of
south.
maybe looking south. So you're facing the Gulf of Mexico. All right.
So
Who knows?
Let me ask you this. So if you're an alien, let's suppose from whatever planet, why would you zero in on Gulfstream, Florida?
There's all sorts of theories, right? That there's a
Right.
base under the water, right? There's stuff like that. But why do aliens come and visit us in general? Period, right? Is there some notion?
Like to survey us or something?
Maybe they put us here, and
And
just
they're
want to
just
see.
checking up on us.
Yeah.
Hey, go check out these assholes we left over there. See what they're doing. Oh, fucking memes again? Oh, fucking idiots.
I wonder if in alien cultures, do they do this whole shit with memes and shit?
They're probably doing a podcast right now. Those fucking idiots over there. I don't think they do memes, bro. They're coming here. We're not going there. They're smarter than that.
Yeah, but we
They
do all
probably
sorts
did
of
memes
shit.
like millions of years ago. Like when they were fucking like in the Stone Age.
And hieroglyph memes. They got to be way smarter than us. That's for sure.
And there's all sorts of theories on how they get here so damn quickly, because we try to get anywhere and it's the nearest shit is like 20 years away, light years. So there's all sorts of theories on how they use time, space,
Wormholes and
all this shit. I don't really know what to think of that because it's beyond my comprehension.
Wormholes, not glory holes. Wormholes.
Yeah. You're thinking something else. Space travel is fascinating to me. I love that's like one of my favorite movie genres. I mean, it's kind of an exciting time. We're going to be going back to the moon soon. Where are you guys with the moon landing?
It happens.
Yeah?
You don't think so?
I don't know. I think it could have been a hoax, man.
You know, God damn it, Ralph. Finally, one on the fucking conspiracy side.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they didn't land, but I'm saying if you were to say, damn, that's a pretty good conspiracy to look up, to fucking latch onto, it's that one. Like, we only went during like a 3-year span or 4-year span. Only Nixon was president, I believe, when we went. We never went back.
And we all know what Nixon was about.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not true. Is it?
Yeah.
July 20th, 1969 was the first landing on the moon. That wasn't Nixon.
I'm pretty sure Nixon was a president every time.
On July 20th, 1969?
Look it up, dude.
It's pretty close to my birthday.
Yeah, you're 24, right?
Yeah.
While you look it up, I'll continue. Why have we not gone back? We have more power right here than they did to get to the moon, supposedly.
And they took only like 5 pictures. There's a meme about that you go to the bathroom and take more pictures in the bathroom than the crew did it on the moon.
That's true.
It's just weird, you know. It'll be exciting to go back, or go for the first time. I don't know. And it's cool because then they're gonna set up like a permanent station orbiting the moon, which from that station then we can go to Mars, and that's kind of like, you know, we need to start getting a presence somewhere else, I think, because you know you never know what could happen here. A meteor could strike this planet at any time and fuck up civilization, you know. So why not colonize? You know, Elon Musk is all about that. Elon, I always fuck up his name. He's all about colonizing Mars, you know, and thanks to him we have a space program because NASA doesn't do shit, you know. If it wasn't for him...
That's the guy with the simulation theory, right?
Yeah, he believes in that. He's a lot of things, you know, Tesla, SpaceX.
We're doing an episode on that, right?
Yeah, simulation theory. We'll get into that shit. I mean, that's interesting. Simulation theory is basically we're living in a simulation. We're getting way off track, dude. This thing was supposed to be about aliens. Well, we are talking about aliens, right?
Yeah.
I think I've been drinking too much.
You're right, though. 1969, I got the date right, July 20th. It was Nixon. The entire time.
I believe he was there
the entire time.
Only times we went to space. It cost a lot of money. We never went back. That's just weird, dude.
Why didn't we go back? Well, you had that big... No, there wasn't fatalities on the way back. I'm thinking something else where some people burned alive on a...
Well, that was on Re-entry and Challenger, but that was much later with space shuttles. Which space shuttles were like a crappy-ass fucking... It was like a bus, really, is what it was, to take shit up there. It wasn't really to go places. It was to take shit, you know, take stuff for satellites, take stuff to payloads. They would charge basically... All the satellites we have up there, probably most of them... went up with the space stations.
Man, I remember being a kid and like, I'm gonna be an astronaut. Those guys have fucking iron balls to be doing what they did. And at the time, you were like willy-nilly going, you know, I'm a kid, I want to get into
and
shit.
iron stomachs.
Do you guys remember the Challenger?
You ever see somebody
man.
fucking in the
G1 shit?
Yeah, man, that's just crazy, man.
You guys remember Challenger?
Yeah, of course.
In school?
Yeah. I think we were like in 6th grade when that happened,
I was like in 5th grade, I think.
5th or 6th.
They roll out the TV for you, right?
January 24,
We
1996.
all saw that.
There was two
That was
teachers,
8
right?
there
was 2 teachers
There was
on board?
8, at least one.
I was 9 years old at the time. It was late January 86. And it turns out that they fell. And in the cabin, they were alive when they hit the water.
Really?
Yep. And how they determined that is when they pulled the cabin out and they took the bodies out. There was a procedure that you need to do for emergencies that you only do. You pull like a latch or something off of your, and 4 of the 7 astronauts or however many we were had done that. They would have had to have done that knowing that they were in an emergency. So why would you do that? Only if you were falling to Earth and you were alive.
There's a conspiracy theory that I don't even know why I'm mentioning it. I don't condone it. I don't fucking sign up off on it, but it's interesting to look at it that say they didn't even fucking die. That those people didn't die. That they took on other names, and there's even, when you look up this conspiracy theory, there's pictures of
them alive afterwards.
Yes, and their new name, and I think like 2 of them had twin brothers, which they say they didn't have them, but they're just yeah, it's weird. I don't fucking think it's real, but it's just funny. I listen to a lot of conspiracy shit. I listen to a conspiracy theory podcast, Tinfoil Hats, which that's one of the ones they talk about. They're way out. They're way fucking out there. I think they just talk about conspiracies now because they got their shows about conspiracies, right. So they have to always be throwing out conspiracy shit. So that's one they threw out one time. But it was interesting to read about it. Like, it was weird. 2 of the guys had twin brothers. You know, the other one died. The guy who's alive now is his twin. It was just funny to look at it. So that's your fucking alien story. How long did this last, by the way?
Probably 3 minutes or so.
Oh, it was fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
And while it sounds like I'm this alien enthusiast, I really can't stand aliens, bro.
Really?
I don't like it. To me, they're not exciting, bro. They're not. You see a saucer in the sky, you've seen one, you've seen them all, right?
So you're not like, you didn't start fucking watching a lot of alien movies?
I wasn't into what was that, X-Files with?
Yeah.
I wasn't big into that unless they did a ghost episode. Now I'm like, and they did. But I was big on ghosts. Like, aliens were like, bro, that's passe.
You didn't like watch a lot of alien docs or get into Area 51 and all that shit?
No, I mean, look, I'll listen and I'll watch. What's that show on history? That's oh my god,
Ancient Aliens.
Ancient Aliens, bro, with the guy with the hair and shit.
With the meme, he's a fucking meme.
Yeah, he's a
meme. Right? I saw one today that said, douchebags. That's all it said.
Like, I'll watch that stuff, but that shit doesn't tickle my pickle, bro.
It's interesting, I think.
But I think you're right. I mean, when there's billions
not to get off topic, though, but how about the whole pyramid thing? There's a big theory or big conspiracy thing. Not conspiracy, but a theory that the pyramids were built by aliens.
And how else did they do it, right? I mean,
pulleys and ropes, man. And a whole lot of whips to the back.
Dude, you know the logistics involved in getting those, like, 200-ton fucking rocks?
I was in Egypt.
How do you do that shit?
It's pretty impressive.
Now,
me and my wife honeymooned.
I want to go there.
We did a Mediterranean cruise for our honeymoon.
Went to the pyramids?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you go inside?
Yeah. Overrated. Nice. Overrated.
Really?
Wait.
You're looking at a piece of history there, dude.
Yeah. I'm saying about the inside part. Like, it's not like how you see in Indiana Jones or like.
Are you fucking carrying around a little lit?
No, man. It's just like.
Well, they only let you.
It's like plain Jane.
They only let you in a little piece of the fucking thing, dude.
Right. But I mean, just to stand next to it, it's pretty fucking impressive.
No,
you went to the 3 major pyramids.
Yeah, the ones that are right there in Giza.
Yeah.
Did you see the Sphinx?
Mm-hmm.
One of the most amazing things.
A cool pic right in front of us.
Dude, wrap your mind around this shit. When the pyramids were first made, they were glistening white, bro, because they were made of limestone. Mm-hmm. They were white as like that sheet of paper. Can you imagine seeing perfectly constructed pyramids just gleaming where the sun was bouncing off of it? Now we see them because they're
you see like the decay.
They're what do you call that? Eroded and shit.
Right.
And
the Sphinx is eroded big time.
Yeah.
There's a story about the Sphinx that it used to have
a nose.
Yeah, nose and like
Napoleon shot it off.
And they fucking changed his head at one time or some shit.
Dude, and that thing's always getting buried by sand in a sandstorm. Yeah. So they got to dig that shit out every single time.
And dude, how long would it have taken to build that shit, dude? That would have been like a lifetime. Like, hey, you're fucking born, you're gonna be working on this project
your kids
the rest
are working
of your life.
On
yeah,
it.
like, okay, you died.
Fucking legacy project within your kids and shit, and then their kids work on it.
What's cool too when we went there, when you're standing next to the pyramids itself, like, of course they're fucking gargantuous. Like, they're compared to you, they're huge. But when you see them, like, in an actual photo compared to other things, man, it's like you can't even fucking like comprehend like how fucking big these things
Like,
are. Man.
how big of a story building would it be?
I
Would
don't
you
know,
say
man,
the
dude,
big
but
one?
we have a photo of me and my wife together, and in the distance is like a Greyhound, like double-decker bus, and it looks like a fucking Hot Wheels next to the
What's
fucking
this,
pyramid,
like a
dude.
50-story building or something like that?
I'm on it.
Dude,
Okay,
it's fucking
thank you.
ridiculous.
That's one that gets me every time. Like, how the
Hey.
fuck did they build that shit?
One thing though,
Well, Peru too, like the whole.
Yeah, but I've seen some of the South American ones and Mexican ones. Dude,
Yeah.
theirs are nothing. I mean, they're impressive.
I'm not talking about the pyramid. I'm talking about like the
The
whole
lines.
Yes,
what are
like
they
in
called?
The whole in
What are those called?
Machu Picchu.
in Machu Picchu, like they have like the different designs of animals and
Machu
stuff.
Picchu's
It's in
interesting.
Peru. Yeah.
What are the lines called? They have a name where, like, if you see them from the sky, it's like an eagle or some shit, and it's so straight that it looks like.
And they say that it'll be impossible to build them and align them from a ground level. That it'll have to be something. You have to do it from a bird's eye view, but at that time there was no planes, there was nothing to be in the sky.
So you could easily fuck up the design,
Yes.
Right.
right? I mean,
Unless you're Bob Dylan.
I mean, I'll give you an example, dude. I'll give you a fucking example. I had the turkey bowl here at my house for Thanksgiving,
I saw pictures of
and
it.
I got a spray paint bottle, and I'm like, I'm gonna draw a little field. I started to draw like the outline of the field. Dude, that thing was like this, and I'm like, and these people drew these perfect
spiders,
freaking all these
Perpendicular.
designs, and they were like they had a level when they drew them. There's a freaking name. I remember my one semester of college when I went. I took this class, which was pretty interesting. Humanities, I think it was.
45 stories, by the way. Pyramids of Giza are 45
I was
stories.
pretty fucking close. I said 50.
There you go.
What are those fucking lines called, dude?
Here you go, guys. There you go. That's me in the
that's-
ball and chain with the Sphinx, and you know what's cool about
You're
this
gonna have
pic?
to send me that photo so I can put it on the.
You see this pic here. You see the Sphinx and you see the pyramid. It looks like they're so close together.
Yeah.
It's not the case, bro. That Sphinx is like 30 fucking blocks from the fucking pyramid, dude.
This is like young Ralph.
Yeah, you have hair.
You have black beard.
Hey, you guys are assholes.
That's an awesome picture, dude.
Thanks, man.
You're gonna have to send that to him. We're gonna have to show it to him.
Yeah, it was a nice honeymoon.
I didn't know. Did you ever feel like your life was in danger? While
That
you
was
were
the
there?
question I wanted to know because you're in Saudi Arabia, right?
No.
This is Egypt,
actually
right?
Africa.
But it's right next to
Africa,
it.
Dude, it's in Africa.
No, it's right.
Egypt
next
is part of Africa.
Yeah, it is Africa. Egypt is Africa, dude.
I've seen it on a map. It's like Saudi Arabia is right there.
It's close by, yeah.
I mean,
But the question remains: did you ever? Because look, there's a lot of shit I want to
very
see
pushy people
in that area, but then I always think, you know what? I want to fucking live too. Did you ever feel like any type of
threat? Not really.
what was that, like 15? How many years ago was that?
That was in 2007, man.
12 years ago. So you felt. How long were you there?
It was on a cruise.
So yeah, I
So
know.
we're
I know
there
that could be
from,
like a
like,
6 or 8 hour.
6 a.m. to 6 p.m. basically.
12 hours. So you felt safe the whole time?
Yeah, I mean the food was terrible though.
Was it spicy? Or?
Not spicy, just like very, man, like the whole place, like.
Dude, you got Lebanon right there. Syria is right there.
Man,
Saudi Arabia is a neighboring country. That shit's freaking
way-
crazy looking.
The way it played out, we came in, the ship, our cruise ship docked at Alexandria, which is basically like 4 hours.
Yeah,
from,
I see it. It's like
from Cairo.
right.
Sorry, Nazca. I wanted to say mezcal, and I kept saying it's not fucking mezcal. They're called the Nazca lines,
Right.
and the Nazca lines are fucking amazing. If you've never heard of this shit, it's all these designs which you can only see like from a satellite or a fucking
Right, and for the
From a bird's eye view.
right, and for the listener perspective, imagine you're on the ground.
Right.
Doesn't make sense to you. It's just an engraved part of the ground.
Right.
yeah, like
But
here's
from the air,
some
you
of
see
them.
these amazing things.
yeah, I know like some of them are like a bird and like
Spider and all
Yeah.
that shit.
Nazca lines. All right, so do you have a ghost or alien story?
Well, he has a ghost story.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to save that one. We're gonna hear that
No, I
shit.
wanna
Do you
fucking
have
hear
any?
I have one.
You want to tell it? Go, man.
I'll
Oh,
tell you,
shoot
I'll
it,
tell you
dude.
about. Well, my sister,
Shout out to Betty.
Betty. My sister.
I
Betty,
saw Pulp Fiction because of Betty, I think. Because it was her copy, right? We saw your house.
Yeah, we saw it at home.
Cheers. Here's to fucking
and she
ghost and
saw it.
aliens.
She saw it because I insisted she go see
Make
it.
sure you drink this time. When you fucking do a thing,
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
drink, dude.
Well,
Half-assing. All right. Tell the story. Your sister.
this is my only ghost story. My sister is like Freddy. She's a big, I wouldn't say like really into like the whole paranormal thing, but she's a believer, of ghosts, I guess. Well, she had
Is she an alien believer too, by the way, or no?
most likely.
Okay. We'll have to confirm.
I don't know if you remember, but at one point she had a fiance.
Yep, I remember this story.
Yeah.
I do.
Named Ray.
Yep.
And he passed. She was getting ready
Shout
to
out to
go
Ray.
go to his cousin. I think it was his cousin's wedding.
After he passed?
No,
Oh, before.
this is the day that he passed.
Oh, this is
And he was coming down Okeechobee Road,
car accident, right?
hauling ass, and he had a car accident. He spun out, went into a light post, and he basically died instantly. His neck snapped.
Oh man, he was such a nice guy. The couple just had met him maybe once or twice. He was such a nice guy.
Yeah, he was a cool guy. So, going forward, couple of months.
I feel like we should play some spooky music in the background when we're talking about this right now.
After he passes away, my sister at the time, her first car that she had, well, actually no, I'm lying. Her second car that she had was a Toyota Tercel, which everybody knows.
Does that even exist?
I don't think so.
I don't think
I thought
so.
they stopped making them. But Toyota Tercels are tiny. I mean, they were tiny. They're equivalent to.
They had like the flat butt.
Yeah,
on
they're
them.
equivalent to what the little smart car or whatever they call it or whatever.
Yeah.
They're pretty much like about that size. So she's standing. I think she had gotten off of work and she was like standing at a red light, and she looked in the rear view, and she sees Ray, which already had passed months back. She sees Ray like hovering over the trunk of her car, like grabbing the back of her trunk like this. And
Obviously, because it's a Tercel, he can do that.
right,
Otherwise, you would not be able to read.
unless he's Charlie, like Megatron or something.
Or Mr. Fantastic.
Right. So he was like grabbing the back of her car like this, and I'm telling you the story how she told me the story,
Mm-hmm.
and then she looked away from the rear view. She kind of like did like a double take, like shit, I'm losing it, I'm seeing things, whatever. She looked back in the rear view and she sees it was a truck. I'm not. This is a long fucking time ago. I'm not sure if it was like a moving truck or like a company. It was like a regular truck, pretty big. Not huge, not like a semi or
Like
nothing,
a UPS truck type of
something
thing?
like that.
Right.
And it hits her like full speed. I guess the guy lost his brakes or something, and he hits her pretty much full speed in the back. So
How fast was she going?
she stopped at a red light.
Oh, wow. He just rams.
He rams her from the back. Bam! He hits her
In a Tercel against the
in a
fucking truck.
Toyota Tercel. So
Did she have injuries?
nothing, bro.
Nothing.
She gets out of the car. She's kind of like, little bit of, little stars.
Of course. You're going to be shitting
She's a
your
little
pants.
shaken up. And then there's a woman screaming that was parked next to her, waiting in the red light, saying, "Oh, the boy, there's a boy that was standing behind your car.
Holy shit.
There's somebody standing behind your car. He's pinned under the car. He's pinned under your car." And then
So
my
this
sister,
lady saw the ghost too.
right? So my sister says, "No, that's my fiance that passed months ago, whatever." But fast forward, the cops get there, whatever, do the accident report, whatever, and they couldn't believe that this guy in a truck loses his brakes. I think it was,
What kind of damage did the car have?
dude, it was nothing compared to what should happen to a truck
Totaled.
hitting a Toyota
Totaled.
Tercel at that.
Well, it depends how fast they're going, though.
Yeah,
How
it was pretty fast because I think she was like in a light, like like coming off an expressway. I don't know, it was off 112 or it was some not like a major expressway, but the car hit her. It was pretty high speed. So the cops, like, you know, something absorbed the
Blow.
impact, the blow of the crash, you know.
Wow.
So yeah, that's pretty much my ghost story. It's not really my ghost story. Sorry for ripping off your ghost story, but that's
She's watching, right?
yeah. She
Probably.
watches.
Yeah.
She watches.
I don't want to be a dick about it, but if I were a dick,
Yeah.
you know how, like, you always have to try to, like, I always love to play devil's advocate, even though maybe I'm on fucking board 100%, but I always try to, I don't know why I'm like that. What if maybe she was still dealing with the part that somebody else says that, like, throws a monkey wrench into the argument I'm making, but
Right.
what if, you know, you're still dealing with a very traumatic experience because they were about to get married or they were going to get married at
Yeah,
some
she
point?
She took it horribly.
I mean, well, how could you not?
She took it very bad.
I mean, they were in love and all that, you know.
I mean,
I
they were
don't-
like literally like they had like bought stuff like for the house, like when they were gonna move in.
So she's dealing with a traumatic experience.
Right.
You know, maybe I'm driving and I'm just like, I'm still, you know, I would be going over that in my head all the time, probably, you know. And maybe she was thinking of him when this happened.
I actually got the phone call when he passed away.
Oh my God.
So
The part of somebody else seeing
Yeah.
it throws out my story.
that's what I was going to tell
Yeah.
you. The witness on the
Yeah,
side.
that was crazy.
Wow.
So that's my ghost story.
That's a pretty legit story.
I mean,
So where are we going? We're going to your alien here? Or
No, I got several ghost stories, actually.
I'm sorry, we already did your alien. We're going
no.
to ghosts.
I want to hear the Theo Onelio one. That's the one
I don't know if I should say it that way, right?
I've been waiting on that one. That one's gotta come out.
Let's be careful how we say that one.
I got several ghost stories, man. Like my uncle died in April of, I think, 97, and my girlfriend at the time,
Does this feel recent to you?
I saw it like I remember it like it was yesterday.
And that's like 22 years ago. Isn't
That's
that
22
fucking
years
I
ago.
was
crazy?
his favorite uncle, by the way. Right?
No, this guy was a dick to me. This guy was a total scumbag. Like, he treated me like shit my entire life. Piece of shit, this guy is. I'm really sorry that
Of all the ghosts, this is the one you gotta fucking
no,
see.
I really, if family members are watching this, they're gonna find out some shit. That guy was a scumbag to me, and I detested that.
I'm
dude.
already signing up for your story because most of the time people see ghosts of like,
That like
oh, my grandpa that I
No.
love so much. You saw a dick.
Anyway, fast forward 3 weeks after he dies, I'm getting dropped off at my parents' house. I was living with my parents, and my wife notices someone walking towards the car. I'm looking at her, and she's looking ahead. I'm in the passenger side, and she's watching like with intent eyes, man. She can't get her eyes off of it. I turn my head and look, and right where you're standing was Onelio.
Well, where are you guys again?
I'm in a car. I'm in
the passenger seat,
I'm in the passenger seat,
and I'm
she's in the driver's seat.
and I'm up right outside the
You're
car.
right outside my window.
as Onelio.
As Onelio. I turn and look, and there he is, as he would be in life, wearing a blue jacket that he always wore when he was alive. His head was a ball of swirling
like
mass.
a cold jacket or like a blazer jacket.
Wait, what was his head again?
It's a ball of swirling mass. It was like smoke in a plastic encased head.
Like Mysterio?
Yeah, I was about to say, is this Mysterio?
I don't know who that is.
Mysterio is
Spider-Man,
from
dude.
Spider-Man. His head,
that's right.
he's got a glass headgear and there's like smoke inside.
No, but he was.
I think you saw Mysterio, dude. You didn't see that was not Ophelio.
So anyway, I see
You
this.
should have called Spider-Man.
No, he didn't have any legs, so he was floating.
What the fuck?
He just.
Oh, like the classic ghost that,
No,
you know, like Casper.
there was no.
So he had like a tail.
There was no gate or cadence. He just floated, man. And I turned and looked.
And your wife saw this as well?
She saw it all the entire time
So
for
wait a
like
minute,
10
wait a minute.
seconds.
This guy had no fucking head. No legs.
No, he had a head.
He had
It
a
was
head.
just
Swirling
mass.
head.
Right,
It was swirling smoke. And he
No
had
legs.
no legs.
But he had a blue jacket.
Hold on a second.
But he had a blue jacket, one that he wore when he was always
I
alive.
hope I'm not out of line here. Were you guys on drugs?
No, absolutely. I was.
So I had to ask that question. I'm sorry.
You're not
I
the
was
only one
thinking
that's
it.
asked that.
I had to ask it. Because your
Were
vision.
you drinking?
No, I just got dropped off of work.
Mad Dog 2020?
I was 21 and I was getting dropped off I was working at Eckerd's at the time.
Which
Photo
no
Lab.
longer exists.
Photo Lab, which is even more of a dinosaur, right? I was doing all the
Did you
photos.
tell us? We're gonna have to do a podcast about kind
I
of
got
pictures.
crazy photo stories to tell you. I was the manager of a photo lab at one point, and I can tell you some crazy shit.
I can imagine.
Oh man, and I did that for 3 years, and I got
Which Eckerd's was?
It was on- it
Eckerd's
was on-
doesn't even exist,
No,
right?
no. It's
Eckerd's was a pharmacy, millennials.
it was on
Anyways.
Hialeah Drive.
Eckerd's
and,
became CVS, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a CVS now. So I turn and look, and like a light switch, he just turns off, like as if someone flipped.
Gone.
Boom, gone, and it didn't register for a second. I looked back and I thought, what the hell did I just see? So I look at my girlfriend, now wife,
You
and
know
I
what
said,
you saw?
Onelia.
Mysterio with a blue jacket.
So I look at my wife and I say, did you just see, on the count of 3, let's just say what we saw at the same time. Because I didn't want to affect her and I didn't want her to affect me. I knew enough about that. So at the count of 3, we started describing what it was we saw. We both saw the same thing. So I get up in the
She
car.
knew him?
No.
No.
Never met him. Never
So
met him.
so she was like, there was a man, and you
Yeah.
were like, well, yeah, that man is this dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in the days leading up to it, I would walk by his old station wagon, an old, like with the wood on the side, that old school
Like
style.
the family truckster
Yeah.
from what's that movie? Fucking Wally World, where they put
yeah,
the
yeah. They had wood panels on the side. I
That's
would
what
walk
I'm
by
told.
it.
Yes.
I would walk by it and get the ugliest feeling every fucking time I walked by it. And
In your house, right? This is where you saw it as you pulled into your house.
he was turning into the gates of my house. I
Which
might
is where
edit
his
that
station-
whole part out, by
where
the
his-
way.
where
I
his-
don't know if I should.
Where his whole station wagon,
No, the station wagon was 30 feet away. Parked next door where he lived as my neighbor. He was my neighbor.
How did he die?
He had a heart attack fishing on the bridge with my father.
Well, both of your stories center around fishing on a bridge. Did you notice that? Did you know this?
I didn't think about it.
Is it the same bridge or a different
No,
bridge?
it's a bridge here in Miami.
All right. So, dude, if you want to see aliens or ghosts or have
Fish
people
off a
become
bridge.
ghosts, go fish off a bridge. I feel like crazy shit probably happens fishing off a bridge.
Yeah.
We should go fish off a bridge.
No.
The keys are
I
right
can't.
there. We could go.
Smoke a doobie off a bridge, huh?
Nah,
So that night,
No, I'm just saying.
that night, that night I slept in the park.
What?
Yeah, I couldn't sleep in the house, man.
wow.
After what I saw, I was like,
Wow.
I could not. And after the
That
stories,
affected you. I could tell for sure. Because, like, when people tell me that shit, that
You know, when I saw Far From Home, I slept on the couch at the
far
house.
from home.
what the hell is that?
Spider-Man, Far From
Oh,
Home. When I
that.
When I saw Mysterio for the first time on TV.
You didn't like it?
I like it.
No, I have other ghost stories that are
Well,
kind
me
of.
being a comic fan, I knew that it was like all special effects and shit.
Just do a
I know.
comic show one day. Anyway, off topic.
No, man.
There's some couple of
ManOfActionFigures.com has all your comic-related statues and figures.
Yeah. For
Check
the
'em out.
holiday season.
Yep.
Except for your JW.
Sponsor of the show. They could buy too, bro. All right, you got another one?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I have a couple.
Go, hit
Go
it.
ahead.
Uh,
Hit us up, Walter.
for a couple of years, I've had a woman speak in my ear.
What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I've had one too. She's screaming in my ear. She's not fucking.
No, man, this one didn't have a body. It's completely like I just.
There's
hear-
always parts missing from your ghost. I feel like it's probably all the same one, but they're like,
You sure it was a woman? Was it a trans,
Oh yeah,
trans
clearly.
woman? maybe?
No. I've had a lady say my name in my left ear a
and
couple
what
of
she?
times.
Oh, just the left.
Friday. I've had it happen a couple of times.
Some of this.
Generally, when I'm going through like some really. It's when I've had like some crazy times going on. I've had someone tell me that in my ear.
Tell you what, Friday. And what do they say after that?
That's all they say, man.
Wow.
That's all they say. And I've
What
had
a letdown.
other people in the, I've had other people in the house hear the same voice.
Do you see her?
No, I don't
You
know
just
who it
hear
is.
her.
I just hear her.
So literally, you have voices in your head. That's what you're
No. It's
right outside your head.
It's literally inches from my ear, and just someone whispering my name.
Just when's the last time this?
It's been about 15 years.
Since you heard the voice?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow!
But before that, I used to hear it all the time.
What do you think that is, dude?
Like a medication.
I don't
What
know.
would you say? 15 years have passed.
Schizophrenia.
I don't know, man. Like, who do I think it is?
Or what? That would drive me insane. I'd be trying to get to the bottom of it.
Go ahead. Who do you think it is?
I think it's my mother.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
She died when I was an infant.
Wow.
So I think that's her. But I don't know. I never
All right,
heard
I'm
her.
sorry
I
about
don't know.
the fucking sex jokes I made earlier. I'm fucking dick. Fuck.
Now, I've saved the best for last, though. I could prove ghosts exist.
Oh wow.
We could become rich if you could really do that.
I could prove it, man. I
Open
could
this story. They have a head and they have legs.
You have evidence?
I can materialize one. Like,
Whoa!
yeah.
I would have advertised the fucking show. This is our money maker right here, dude.
Stereo for real, dude.
I'm fucking eating shit, dude.
This guy's me in fucking tears, man.
I'm not sure I want you to tell the story until we market this properly.
Oh man, you're gonna want to hear this. Man.
Go.
All right. So I don't know.
Eon Spengler.
Go ahead, Friday.
I don't know. Now the thing is, I don't know. My mother didn't speak English, so it's an English voice. So I don't think, like in English, she spoke Spanish.
Maybe
so going back on that,
SAP buttons
could be something else. I have no idea. So going back on that, you shouldn't feel so bad.
I'm sorry.
I didn't take it wrong. It's cool. This next story is gonna blow your mind, though.
I'll wait to hear the rest of the story before I make any snide comments.
All right, man. I don't know if I should detail everything, but
please.
Fuck it, I will.
Go ahead.
My wife's father.
We got time. That's all we got.
My wife's father died 5 years ago. She felt terrible about it because she hadn't. But she's gonna kill me for telling this fucking story.
Well, she don't have to watch the video.
She doesn't watch it.
Okay.
She'll skim through it. She skims through it.
She'll never see it.
Her father died.
You did shout out.
Her father died 5 years ago, and she felt fucking terrible that.
Can I ask of what?
Diabetes, like complications and shit like that.
He was sick.
God,
for a little while.
He got inflated. He didn't even look like himself in the hospital.
So we kind of saw it. You saw it coming?
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
It wasn't like
oh my God, there's plenty. Now you just reminded me of a story that on the night that he died, I was in his hospital bed and I was like, let's go home.
You were in his bed with him?
No.
This is weird.
I go home
and he says,
I go home. This is 2014 or some shit like that. I go home and I go and tuck Danny in. At the time he's like 8 or 9 years old. I tuck him into bed and I see a silhouette of my father-in-law standing there, and I just closed the door and I tell my wife, I said, your dad just died because he's in Danny's room. And sure enough, 2 minutes later the phone rings. He had just passed away.
Wow.
So that I can tell you I saw with my own eyes. Then on top of that, my wife is really guilty about never speaking to him because they had falling out. They didn't speak for years. Wouldn't even allow him to see my son or his grandson.
Can I stop your story for a second? And I really want to hear the rest of it, but you just touched on something that I think it's really important, you know. Your family is your family, you know? Like, everybody has differences with siblings, and, you know, I think we all have them, you know, that just happens. But, man, there's a special bond between... Sometimes there isn't, and you got to be the person that's a little bit
bigger.
The bigger person to reel that in and say that. But, you know, you only have one mother, you only have one father. If you have siblings, you know, that's probably going to be the only ones you have.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to be around forever, especially your parents, especially if you're like our age, you know.
Don't I know it?
When your mom calls you and she's telling you about fucking Caso Cerrado or whatever the fuck she's watching, you know, listen to her. You know, when your old man calls you and he's telling you about something that maybe you're not that interested in, or fucking go watch a ball game with your dad when you can, because you're not going to always be able to fucking do that shit, man. And that's, you know, those are the things you miss when they're not there. Maybe you take them for granted when they are, but, you know, when you can't do it, there's no way you can say, you know what, now I want to do that. Oh, wait, he's not here anymore.
Yeah.
Or she's not here anymore.
So,
yep. I don't want to get all fucking mushy, but yeah, I think it's important to, like, take advantage of that and not say, you know, some people have that tendency to just, hey, I'm going to cut you off, man. Yeah, that's it. Fuck you. And, you know, maybe you can do that with people who deserve it, but, like, with your family and your mom and your dad, you know, that's who you were dealt, man. That's it. You know, try to make the best of that.
I see people treat their parents, their mothers in particular, like shit. And I look back at that and I'm like, man, what are you doing, dude? Do you understand what you're doing? Yeah. I don't even know what my mother sounds like, or what a home-cooked meal tastes like, or what her teaching how to do my shoelaces. I never experienced any of that.
Yeah, you probably kill.
I would kill for that.
Yeah.
And I would tell someone, and I get some blowback on that. I say, look, man, you have memories. I have nothing. And I would get ripped for saying that from people, which I just don't understand.
How'd your mom pass away?
Aortic rupture while swimming in Rock Island, New Jersey, in 1978, and I was born in 76.
Was she like an athlete, or she just happened to be swimming?
She was swimming, and just the aorta broke, and that was it.
Man.
And when your aorta breaks, it's the biggest vein. It's like this fat, and when it breaks, if you don't have medical attention on the spot, you have like seconds.
Right.
Wow. So that's what happened. So there was a whole bunch of stories that I could tell about that. But going back to how I can prove.
Yeah, I cut your whole fucking story off. Go pick it up. I don't know.
All right, man. This is a crazy story, and I've saved it. I've sprung this shit out.
You're talking about your wife and a falling out with her father.
I sprung this out of left field because I wanted to save this for this moment. So the reaction you're seeing here is genuine. She had a falling out. 5 years they didn't speak, and she felt guilty about it. So she wanted to know if there was a way to talk to him, like after he died, which is fucking crazy.
Like a Ouija board?
Similar. And boy, did it work. And I could bring this here and produce voices from thin air right here on the spot. And I'll explain how. So there's this guy at the time. He was selling an app, and I'm not going to mention it because I don't know if that's something I can do. He was selling this app for $20, or at the time it was $50. Today it's $20.
App on your phone?
App. It's not on iOS. It's only on PC at the time. He was selling an app for $50 back then. Now it's $20. And I said, fuck it, I'll take a stab at it. And I bought this app. It's you download it to your PC or to your laptop in this case, and you fire it up. And basically what it does is it cycles through radio frequencies at half-second or quarter-second intervals you choose. So what you get is it's going through radio stations that are empty. So as it skips through, for some unknown reason...
What's that movie, White Noise or something?
I never saw that.
No?
I don't know. I mean,
that's what they remind me of when you...
So as you skip through radio frequencies, for some unknown reason that isn't fully known, spirits can talk when that white noise occurs during the skipping of radio frequencies. So as you skip radio frequencies, they come out and they come through. And the stuff I was getting was unfucking believable. And what I would do is, for example, to prove that this was working, with no one around, I just had this thing skipping radio frequencies. I would draw a car and put it face down and say, what did I just draw? And you would hear a car. And I would draw a bird. And I would say, what did I just draw? A bird. Who would know that? I didn't say that what it was that I drew. A flower. I would draw a flower. My mother-in-law would walk in. Who just walked in? Thelma.
Could you have a conversation?
Yeah.
You could say, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Your mother-in-law's name is Thelma?
Yeah.
Thelma or Filma?
Thelma.
Like Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that's cool.
Now you could have back and forth full-fledged conversations, and
Where's Thelma from?
Nicaragua.
Okay. Is that a common name there?
No.
Okay. No.
Sometimes it's spelled without the H, so it's
Thelma.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So we would have full-fledged conversations over these radio frequencies that are skipping
through the app.
Through the app. Now, even better than that, I have it all recorded, so I could play it. It's on my YouTube channel.
What is your YouTube channel? Shout it out, dude.
I don't remember. I'll have to.
Oh man, come on!
God damn it!
I think it's F Gomez 76. I think, but I'll have to.
I'm gonna look it up, man. When we finish.
I think it's that, but I only posted things up to it 5 years ago when this happened, and I've ignored it since.
Have you ever done this again?
No, dude. It makes the house come alive when I do that.
Can we do it here?
You could do it here.
Are you down?
I would. Sure.
What do we need to do this?
All I need to do is bring that laptop.
Okay. Can we do it next time?
I would be happy to do it here, bro, as long as it's not in my house. Because it makes the house come alive, bro.
What does that mean?
You will see at the end.
Let my house get arms and go,
You'll see crazy shit. My son once told me that he
saw...
down,
or you're like, fuck yeah.
My son told me he saw a person running in place.
With a blue jacket?
It's called the Running Man.
So anyway, the money shot came where
Money
we're
shot.
yeah.
That's used
This
in
fucking
porn,
PG
bro.
is a family channel.
Well, let me tell you what happened, because I could probably put the link to it. I don't know. That's personal stuff. I don't know. Well, I just said what it was.
Think about it.
But anyway, we had a full-fledged conversation with people, and it seems that they get in line. It's like a beacon when that app is loaded on the PC. It's like a beacon where people come and line up because you hear them saying, "Get in line. I'm next."
So wait, like if you're a ghost, you're like, oh shit, hey, they just turned on the
Yeah.
fucking channel. Let's go, and they
Right.
all line up. Hey, wait, it's my fucking turn. Wait up, hold up. But
You absolutely hear that.
but are all those people related to you, or they're just
They're just free.
they just want to talk to somebody?
They just want to be
So-
heard for the first time in years.
So you happen to talk to? Do they have? I assume they would have to be around the
So
area
here's
of
what
the beacon
happened. Whoever was
because
there,
they're around you.
whoever was there at the beacon, I asked them to get her father.
Hey, go get him.
Go get him, and then one of them would say they argued among. This is on audio. I have
He's
the
in
audio.
shitter.
I have the audio of them talking amongst themselves, saying, "You should go get him. It's important. You'd do it if it was your dad." I have this on audio. So then they say he's in church right now. Go get him.
Was he a church guy?
I think yeah, at the end he was.
Damn, there's church in the afterlife.
There's church in the afterlife.
That's fucking
Now,
depressing.
what's amazing? What's amazing about this audio when you hear it? It is worse than anything you could imagine in a
So it
Hollywood
sound like
movie.
the Mothman prophecies or some shit. You ever seen that movie?
I haven't seen that
Yeah,
movie.
Oh, man.
Richard Gere?
Yeah,
I haven't
pretty
seen
good
that movie.
He talks on the. That sounds weird like that, right?
Yeah.
The sounds that come from this audio that I have,
White Noise is good. You should check it out.
Michael Keaton, right?
Who's in that?
yeah,
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
That sounds a lot like what he's saying.
Is he recent?
I haven't seen it. I know he's in it.
Is that movie recent?
No, it's like 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Check it out.
So the sounds that come out from this audio are worse than
I can't
anything.
watch anything scary. My wife can't watch anything scary.
No, this is far scarier. Like the audio that you would hear is far scarier than anything Hollywood could make. It is a freaking nightmare on
If
video.
you had to
on
impersonate
audio.
it, what would you fucking? How would you impersonate it?
Let me tell you,
No,
there's
don't do it, please.
there's a
I want him
moment
to do it. I want him to do it.
there's a moment where my wife says hello, and at the very same time that she says hello, two girls, hello, in a sing-songy. At the very exact moment she says hello, they say hello.
Dude, we're sitting on a gold mine here.
People believe in this app, and I'm telling you, I've used it, and it's freaking amazing.
Do you think it's fake that they just throw in fucking shit?
No, because here's the money
That they-
shot. I was telling you about the
that-
money
that
shot.
They just have people there. All right, fucking ghost voice. Put on your ghost voice. Hello.
No, here's the money.
I'm being
man.
the dick advocate, devil's advocate.
He-
money
here's-
shot, go.
Here's the money shot
me
because
I wanted to throw the money shot for a while. Go ahead, throw it.
I'm trying to see if there's other things because it's so interesting
Keep
how
holding back the money shot.
it's so interesting how there's this they go get him.
The
and-
fucking Patriots are getting their ass handed to
Oh,
them.
I didn't want to
Beautiful.
say anything. 'Cause I
Beautiful.
didn't want to
I
fucking
didn't-
interrupt the
No,
fucking-
no. This makes
I
me
didn't want to
happy.
interrupt the money shot.
Sorry.
But this interaction that they have with each other and how they go and get him, and then when he finally arrives, he says my wife's name in a name that only he would know.
Like
Like
a
a pet
nickname or
like a
something.
nickname?
He calls her by her middle name. Nobody does that in her life.
What is her middle name?
Lisette.
You don't mind me asking. That's
Lisette.
my wife's name.
Lisette. So you hear my oh, fuck,
Father-in-law?
I shouldn't be telling this story.
I mean, you've
God
already
damn it.
told it, dude.
Yeah, I know because I
You're
got
too far ahead,
subscribers.
Epstein. Come
All
on.
right,
Yeah, bro. You got the whole egg in there already, dude.
But,
Just fucking-
he calls him by the name that only we know. No one calls her Lisette.
Right.
No one. And it's said in the same cadence that he had a very unique voice.
Like what? Like high pitch? Like Elmo or something?
Just a distinctive voice.
Very distinct. Like if you heard it, you'd know it's him.
You got a pretty distinctive voice.
So anyway, yeah.
Yeah, you
I
did.
don't know if
Yourself.
that's good or bad or what.
Well, like, if you ever died and, like, you called me, I would be like, yeah, it's fucking
If you're
Freddy.
a whisper my fucking ear, I'll be
All
like,
right, so
stop it, ogre.
so then finally, I just asked a question. I said because now he speaks in Spanish, and I have a hard time. My ear doesn't really pick up on Spanish on this audio. I hear a lot of English because that's kind
Do
of
you
what.
speak good Spanish?
I'm good. I'm all right, but
Hola, ¿cómo está?
bien. ¿Cómo está?
¿Qué almorzaste hoy?
Hoy 5 huevos.
5. No, oye, suave.
Y bueno, con queso y...
But you think in English probably, like
I
do,
think,
right?
like I'm picking up on English when I'm watching these videos.
I'm thinking cholesterol level.
So what happens
really have
is
5 eggs?
Yeah, I had 5
Holy
eggs.
shit! I thought I liked eggs.
What are you, part Fox? Relax, dude.
So he comes through, and I have trouble understanding. And then you hear people talk for him and translate for him. And then finally I asked the question, just point...
Fucking SAP button on the fucking ghost channel.
I asked the question point blank. I said, is there a message
In
that you
Spanish
want to
or in
send?
English?
No, I said it in English because that's kind of my... I said, is there a message
So
you want
there's
to
like
say?
translator on the other side of this fucking...
Well, someone translates for him.
He said, is there a message?
So it's Rosetta Stone Afterlife.
So I say, is there a message you want to say to your daughter?
Right.
And as clear as a bell, is any reason he could not see Daniel? Was there any reason he couldn't see
Which
his
for the
grandson?
viewers say who Daniel is.
Well, that's my son and my father-in-law's grandson. So
Was that his
That
only
was the-
grandson?
at the time, no, he had a second. He had 2. He's the oldest one. So the whole crux of the whole issue was that my wife felt guilty for keeping Daniel away from him. And here on audio, which I could share if I'm thinking about it, I have.
You're gonna have to at least share that with us. Maybe we don't share that with our viewers. It's a personal thing, but
I could probably just grab a snippet of that comment,
and
and it's any reason he could, and it was said like this because it's multiple ghosts chiming
Thank
in.
you.
It's multiple ghosts chiming in. It was 4 of them. One said, and it was exactly like this: any reason he could not see Daniel.
wait a second. Howard Cosell was fucking translating for you. Is there any reason he could not see Daniel?
Or
We need no introduction.
Or Christopher Walken.
But I will tell you, every single time I've opened that app and ran it, amazing shit happens.
Wow.
Gives you the business.
Can we run the app now after we get? Or we need to.
I don't have it with me.
Okay. Not right now, but
Shit,
like
I'm willing to spend $20.
I'm paying, dude. All right.
The thing is, it's not
I don't
on my
like
computer
noise.
anymore, so I don't technically own a copy of it anymore. If we pay $20, we could have it.
Is it something you get on your smartphone?
I don't know if it's iOS compatible, but I know that it should work on a PC or a
Alright.
laptop. It's
Alright.
$20 now,
That's insane.
and you can pull up anything. I mean, I have so many stories I could tell you about the shit. I've asked what heaven's like. I've asked what the afterlife
I'm
is
sure
like.
you fucking played with this fucking thing for a long time after like you got.
I stopped in February of 2000.
Knowing you, just asking a question. It's probably you could probably
edit it out.
edit this one out.
That's a funny thing about
Have
podcasts.
you
They
ever
always
had-
say, "I'll edit this out," and they
I've
never
had
do.
some
Have you ever
crazy.
had like phone sex with a ghost like through the app?
I've
Have you
never
had sex with
no
a ghost.
man. I've had some crazy responses.
What the fuck is phone sex?
Oh man, it's beautiful.
What?
I'm editing that out.
What the
this,
fuck?
This is all going out.
What is phone sex? Like I call you and you're like, "Hey, touch here. Oh, you just took that off. Oh, they're like that. Oh yes,
Stop it! I'm getting excited.
That's what it is. They're just saying
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Huh.
What are you
I mean,
wearing?
Look, we could put in $7 each and
Fucking
buy, that,
lame,
and buy that app. $7 each.
I'm down. We'll do it.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure there's some ghosts here, dude.
They're
Yeah.
everywhere.
Especially-
They're everywhere.
Now, what is a ghost, dude? Do we all become ghosts, or only ones that have unfinished business?
I think so.
From that app,
Troubled souls.
the second you flip it on,
I see dead people.
the second you flip that shit on, they know and they surround you.
Now, who made this app?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can name the person.
No,
I
no.
mean, I know.
Oh,
who-
you know the person who made the app?
What the
Yeah.
mercado?
What the fuck?
No, I know.
You know them? Like
I-
as a friend?
No, like I used their app. They promoted it, and my responses were so out of this world that I showed it to him, and he put me on his website. I got like 30,000 views on
Really?
Yeah, I went viral on one of the responses. One of the responses was my son was
We're using
playing.
the wrong strategy for this podcast, I take.
My son was playing on an Xbox at the time. He was playing Plants vs Zombies that has a transporter.
Right.
And you hear them talking about the transporter in the ghosts talking, and then crystal clear you hear That is no. What was it? He's on an Xbox One. Fucking crystal clear.
So even though
they know
the
what
type
the hell
of Xbox he was on.
He was on an Xbox One,
Wow.
and that hit 30,000 views.
What's the life of a ghost like?
Well,
gonna go check out what you're doing over there. Gonna fucking move around a couple fucking things here. I'm gonna fuck with these people right now. What's the life of a ghost like? Day to day.
From what I could tell you,
Well,
Yeah.
He asked him.
I've asked.
Oh, really?
I mean, what I could tell
what's
you
the
is that
afterlife like?
if you're here, it's because you didn't. And I know this is cliche. You didn't walk into the light. I know it sounds crazy.
Because you didn't want to,
or you didn't know how to, or you weren't. You got to remember,
or the light wasn't open to you.
you got to remember, you don't have a brain. You're not. You don't have a physical brain that thinks as clearly as you do now. So you're like almost like in a childlike state, and you get confused easily. So you don't either see the light, don't understand that you're supposed to walk through it. You need to be told shit like you're a child. So what I've come to understand from these, and I've done tons of these readings and these hearings or whatever you want to call
Through
them.
the app, always.
Through the app. And how I do it is I just have the app running and I have the phone recording.
Have you ever reached the spirits any other way other than through that app? You know, like people have those seances.
Right.
No, I mean I've had like the woman whispering, like I said, and I've had that. And
Yeah, you know what like a seance is? Like you see them in movies sometimes. Like they
Right.
light candles, and
and
people hold hands.
this is kind of like what that is.
And
It was
then-
like
when we do 'em-
a gust of wind comes in and blows the.
Wow, you're getting
candles out.
dramatic.
No, when we do that,
Like we could do one right now. I mean, not right now,
Let's
but
not do this.
I'm just saying you could do one. You could light some candles, and then like there's shit you read out, and you're like, you know, spirits come, blah blah blah, and then you know we're all chanting. I don't know how to fucking. I'm not
Well,
a fucking.
Then they're
witch.
gonna say 1999 plays.
1999 plays.
Yeah, the app is $20.
Oh, that's the name of the app. You know it.
No, I'm just saying it's $20, right?
yeah, it's 20
Put
bucks
in your
now.
credit card number.
So that's kind of what I've gathered is that there's this. It almost like it's a beacon. They get a chance to be heard. They don't get a chance to be heard, and so they surround this light and they try to talk to you through it, and they talk over each other. And what I have to do is record it with a phone, play it back at
So you're
50%
saying that's what like
speed.
everybody's Puerto Rican.
Can I ask you a question?
Talking over
Where does
each
the
other.
voice come out of? Through the app? Through the speakers on your fucking thing? Or in real life you hear?
You could actually hear it if you listen really hard enough. You'll hear them, but they're so lightning fast. The reactions, what they say, because remember they don't have a voice box. It's a lot of effort to speak. We could do it very easily. They don't have voice box. They say everything in short bursts. When you slow the recording down to 50%, you hear everything they say, crystal clear.
There's like a whole method to this shit and everything.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of work.
No, it isn't.
I'm willing to put it in. I want to try it.
Yeah.
Maybe I could talk to Grandpa.
I will tell you, no one that I can think of has done a reaction of that.
Why would we not?
It's amazing. Like I could tell you with
Been
100.
holding out
Well,
on
both
us.
of my parents have passed.
I could tell you with 100%, and I'm not fucking.
And my
and-
dad never met my son or my daughter.
Does he speak English?
No.
Why is that a roadblock?
For me, that's hard.
But that wouldn't be a roadblock for us.
I mean, I
Yeah.
speak pretty good Spanish. Way better than cinco huevos, por favor.
No, I get.
That's. I don't know what's more shocking, that you talk to ghosts or you ate 5 fucking eggs. I'm not fucking sure. Were they prepared? Scrambled?
They were scrambled with a lot of
Jesus
cheese on them.
Christ, it's like that thing full of scrambled eggs.
You just fucking want
Hey.
you just want to die.
I'll eat 3 sometimes. I'll eat 3.
Dude, 5 fucking eggs?
5
man.
eggs.
What are
You
you,
started
fucking
a diet today,
What are
you told me. What the?
That is my diet.
That is not a diet.
Eat eggs.
Dude, that's a diet of a fucking boa constrictor.
That's a fucking heart attack diet. I think is what it is.
So, you want to talk to him?
To who?
Your father?
I mean,
Like we can make it happen, bro. I'm telling you, we can make it happen.
I'd love to talk to my
it's
grandpa.
a bit Luke Skywalker-ish, but yeah, I'll do it.
Dude, I'm telling you, it works.
Well, he was in his deathbed. I never went to see him.
So why would you do it now? Just to see if his theory plays out?
Yeah. I mean, my dad was never much of a talker anyway, so he probably wouldn't even say nothing.
I'm down to talk to my grandpa.
But you had a good relationship with him, though.
Well, yeah, that's why I want to talk to him.
Yeah, I don't remember that talking about.
Dude, I could tell you with every fucking time I've struck that app on, I get incredible shit.
Wait, you strap on an app. Is it a fucking rubber cock?
Kind of app. We just changed to a different kind of app. No.
I'm telling you, man, it's beyond what you can imagine, bro. It's worth it. I think for $20, fuck it.
That's worth $1 million, dude.
No one's done it, and that I can.
What is
think
the technology behind that? Would you say?
Just
But
scanning
who's this
through.
guy? Who's this creator? How did he come up with this?
Should I? I mean, should I say it?
Yes, fucking say it.
All right. There's this guy. His name is Steve Huff from Huff Paranormal. Right. He years ago got this idea that by cycling through radio frequencies he could talk to spirits, and it's been something that's been out there. So he devised this program with this guy called Anthony something. I forget his name. I know viewers probably know it if they're familiar with Huff's work. And as you so he created this app that just cycles through these empty internet radio stations, and they just cycle through at half and quarter second intervals, and then as you do it, people just start talking to you, and you could ask and they talk right back to you. They're intelligent communications. It's amazing. And you can recall he's done this to pull when Robin Williams died. He got Robin Williams on the app. You can pull celebrities.
Morgan Mindy.
Because I don't know much about radio shit and frequencies and all that, but if you just want to get somebody else to talk, it's probably not that hard to get somebody else to talk, because there's a lot of amateur radio people who are just out there looking for another person. Hey, this is Raccoon 245, you know.
Right.
But which that's totally different from, hey, Ralph's dad is here. Yes, I remember you got that birthmark on your left butt cheek, you know. Then, oh, whoa, that's really, you know what I mean? Not that I fucking seen your ass or anything like that.
I don't have a birthmark on my left butt cheek. Just for the record.
That's a nice shirt, by the way. So, that's a nice shirt, too. So, but the people are specific, right? Could I say, hey, I want to talk to Grandpa?
The idea is that you're about a half hour before you strike the app up, think about them.
So you do
meditate.
You do the seance. How do you say that?
Seance.
Kind of. And it works better in groups if everybody has a photo and can kind of like think about them. That brings them forward a lot faster. They'll have to retrieve him if he's not there from the get-go.
I'm trying to think on the other side of this fucking retrieval system. Like, what if this person did go to the light and they're just like there eating grapes?
That's apparently what happened.
My grandfather liked to hunt. You know, maybe he's out there just going every once in a while. Killed another one. Here we go. Killed another deer. And
deer ghosts.
And they're like, somebody comes and say, hey, dude, get a phone call. Come on.
Your grandson was a
basically what happened, man.
I haven't talked to this guy in 20 years. Now he's calling me. And then they bring him down to like, he's like, yep, I'm fucking busy, dude. No, you know,
it works
something like that.
It works like that, dude. You're
What's
retrieving.
heaven like? What do you think heaven's like?
They can go anywhere they want.
For you.
What do you mean?
Anywhere like in the world, anywhere in the universe?
No, time, anywhere.
What's heaven like?
As pleasant as it gets.
Strippers and drugs, unlimited.
Coke and hookers, I think is what you wanted to say.
Yeah.
You should try to say it PC.
Here's
my question about heaven. Is there like a threshold? Like, you know what? How many people have died in this history of the world?
Like 4 trillion.
Like a maximum capacity.
What can we put all these people? That's it. We don't have no fucking more room.
Well, then you have like the whole reincarnation bit, right? That people get recycled. I don't know
what is the reincarnation? You're like, hey, dude, you can't stay here no more. You gotta go back. Sorry, fucking turtle.
Talking about the Epstein thing, not to mention it again, but
that's a previous episode,
right? They say if you kill yourself, you come back as a slave in your next life.
There's no more slavery though.
Well, as a simple servant.
Maybe he comes back as a sex slave.
That would be ideal. Ideal.
I think they call that.
But yeah, we can pull. I mean, they pull celebrities in. When Robin Williams died, he was next.
What
day.
did he say?
I forget what he said, man.
Nanu.
But there's a guy with a distinct voice.
Yeah.
That clearly came out.
Maybe it's some dude that does a really good fucking impersonation.
He probably said
that guy.
But see, that's how I countered that.
He said Epstein didn't kill himself.
I countered that by doing the pictures that no one else but me saw, and I didn't say out loud. How would they have gotten that right?
You guys know what's up with the Ouija board?
I wouldn't play with that.
I have. You ever played with one of those?
Yeah.
When I was a child.
It's made by Parker Brothers, dude.
Yeah. There's
how lethal can it be?
The theory is that, you know, you get your two hands on the fucking I forget the name.
Barely.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Lightly. I forget the name of the device or the thing, and like. I'm trying not to make it move, and you're trying not to make it move, but like subconsciously we do make it move, and that's what makes it move.
And it's basically like yes or no questions.
Yeah, it's basically a farce.
And spelling out, yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, Parker Brother. I think you hit it on the head with that comment. Parker Brothers makes it,
I still wouldn't play with that shit though. But
I remember The Exorcist, and that whole shit fucking set off with the fucking.
Was it Captain Howdy?
She was playing it by herself, which you should never do.
And Captain Howdy was her.
Yeah.
The devil.
Yeah. Scariest movie of all time.
Well, yeah, it still is. It still
For
is.
you?
Yeah.
For you?
And
your mother sucks cocks in hell.
you have to close the board. You gotta open it and close it properly. Also, you leave stuff. Same thing goes with this app. You gotta open it right. You gotta close it right. Otherwise, you leave stuff in the house.
They stay in the realm.
Wow,
dude. We're gonna have to fucking play.
Yeah, I can play the recordings for you.
Are you down for it though, or like?
It's terrifying, bro. Let me tell you something.
I can see that by your face.
It's fucking terrifying. It is.
Because there are people you know, or just
no, just some of the shit you hear and some of the things.
Let me ask you though: have you ever tried to like talk to your mom?
No.
Why?
Surprisingly, right? I mean,
you would not want to, or you're scared of it, or
I'm afraid that I'm a disappointment to her for some reason. Yeah.
Why? What would you
I don't know. Like, I haven't done enough in my life, so I don't want to hear her tell me that.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
No, man.
Like, I feel like even though I've done a lot of shit and I've accomplished a lot of shit,
no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do the biggest fuck up, and your mom will take it.
And I'm not, dude.
And I'm not saying you are.
And I'm not.
You're not.
I've done a couple.
But if you were. Like, dude, there's mothers of mass murderers that are like, they're like, my boy didn't do it. You know what I mean? Jesus, that should be the last thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Everyone asks me, well, how come you don't reach out? And I just never have. And I'm just afraid of hearing
Can we reach out to Jeffrey Epstein? And hey, dude, who the fuck killed you?
That's gonna be the.
This is not even the right episode.
We could do that.
That's what I want to talk to.
Can we fucking talk to him?
Sure, we could try.
Oh my god.
We could try.
Tell us the names, dude. What did Bill do when he was on that island? Was Hillary there?
We could try. There's no doubt about it.
Did Stephen Hawking? Could he still do anything at that point, or he was just walking?
Is your mandingo?
Is it egg-shaped? We heard. We don't know. That might piss him off. You're like, fuck you. I'm not talking no more.
All right,
don't ask that question,
dude. I'm down to do it. It's just I'm telling you right now, it's fucking terrifying.
I love that shit, dude.
All right.
I like to be tested.
Yeah, I'm down.
And I will tell you that
I'm a total skeptic.
There's a
I'm down.
What I used was the first iteration of this program. What's now out is a second, which is cheaper and way better in terms of quality than the one I used.
All right. Interesting. We're gonna fucking look into it more. You got any more ghost stories? I haven't even told any ghost fucking alien stories.
Yeah, man. How about you, man?
I don't fucking have any, dude.
Wow.
I really don't, man. If I did, I would love to have one. However, I do feel strongly that there's aliens
amongst us.
Yeah, well, I don't know about amongst us, but like they're out there.
How about ghosts? Nothing? You never heard a ghost story, or a family member seen a ghost?
No.
Wow.
My sister has a lot of dreams about my grandfather, and it's the one person in my family that I hear talking about her dreams a lot.
It's like Freddy Krueger syndrome.
Yeah, so she has dreams about my grandfather a lot, but like...
Could be just a dream, though.
But what is a dream? A dream is fucking crazy shit, dude. It's a stream of consciousness while you're sleeping. It's a thought. Is it a thought? Do we cross over into another fucking realm when we're sleeping?
Do you see in color when you dream?
Honestly, dude, dreams are like a commercial to me. I shut them out. I'm like, I'm sleeping, and this is not what I want to be doing right now, you know? And like, I don't even... They say
I read one time that dreams are like memories of your past life.
I used to bang a lot of chicks in my dreams.
We definitely got to edit that one out.
Those are called nocturnal emissions. I think is what they're... They say you're supposed to write them down if you really want to remember them. Right. You ever had that happen? You wake up and you have a dream, and then
the rule is you don't get out of bed. If you get out of bed, you go take
No,
a
as
shower.
soon as you start doing
go
stuff,
take
you
a
forget.
shit, go take a
5
piss.
minutes later, you're like, fuck, that was a cool dream, and then it's gone. You're supposed to keep...
Have you ever had a reoccurring dream? I have.
I have.
I have.
And I haven't had it in a while. Go, share yours. I'll share mine after.
Mine's just fucking...
You want me to go first?
In my dream, I'm a vampire. Not like a Twilight vampire. Not like a faggoty vampire. Like a...
One that twinkles in the sunlight.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah. But like a Dracula, like, you know, like...
You're like Vlad the Impaler?
Yeah, like
He made an appearance on another podcast.
Like a
Sour.
vampire, like gives
That's right.
everybody the
That's right,
fucking
he did.
business.
The business! Yes!
So it's in black and white too. Which
Oh,
is
you're fucking Bela Lugosi.
Wait, you dreamt in black and white?
Jack Palance. So I've been fucking...
He didn't do the upgrade to fucking color schemes.
Jack Palance, wasn't he the guy that did all the push-ups and shit?
Yeah, he would play Dracula though.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I always saw him as like the health nut, as like an 80-year-old. Is he still alive?
No, he died. He was in Tango and Cash, the bad guy.
So are you sucking people's blood and shit, or what are you doing here?
Let me get to that. So in my dream, I had this dream for like 10 years, man.
When's the last time you had this dream?
It's been a while,
Oh,
man.
you haven't had it in a
I
while.
haven't, for some reason, like I stopped dreaming. I think I have so much on my mind, and I have so much stress and so much.
Did you dream regularly?
Not that I can recall, man. I don't remember them.
Did you dream regularly?
Yeah,
at
I
a certain
used
point?
to, yeah.
I feel like I've lost my dreams,
Yeah, I've lost
me
that ability,
I
too.
feel the same way, man. Like I think it's
or I don't pay attention to them.
I think it's because of lack of sleep. I don't think I really sleep as much.
You have a very special sleep pattern, dude. It's not
It's
like
not
anything.
normal.
I did it for a while too. What you doing it? Let me tell you, it's not fucking easy, dude. It's a
not.
weird.
It's not.
Ralph works at night and sleeps. You are kind of like a fucking vampire now that I think of it. You work at night and sleep during the day.
Yeah. But in my dream, I'm like a real vampire. And
So you're like the Tom Cruise type of vampire?
Nah,
You're
not-
Bela Lugosi? Or you are like the Order of the
Bela
Dracul?
Lugosi.
Like
Yeah.
fucking...
No, Bela Lugosi.
You're Bela Lugosi. You're like this.
I don't
with
have
your
like
cape
long
looking.
hair and look faggoty. No, I'm not like Tom Cruise.
How
I'm
about
like
the
real
guy from
cool looking.
Bram Stoker's Dracula?
With the fucking horns? No.
That's, what's his name? He's also fucking Commissioner Gordon in Batman. He's also fucking... he's in fucking True Romance as the pimp drug dealer. What's his fucking name, dude? Come on, dude. This guy's been in many movies. Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah. Are you like that guy in Dracula?
No.
No. All right.
No. I'm more like Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi. The cape.
Yeah.
All right. And what do you do?
So there's like a tower. I don't know if it's like a castle or nothing, but it's just like a tower. So I go up to the tower.
The Bud Light Tower?
No,
Oh,
it's no
okay.
Bud Light. I like fly up. I don't know if I fly up, but it's like
That's funny you say that.
It's like almost like I teleport up. Like I'm up there, like
You're like, you see it, and then next thing you know, you're up
yeah, and then I'm up there. Boom, you know. So I'm looking down, and I'm in the tower, and I look through this window, big stained glass window. And I'm looking down, and I see like a ballroom, and I see a bunch of people dancing and having a good time. It's like
Is
a
the
big,
Beauty and the Beast there?
no,
Oh.
not that shit.
Alright.
But it's just like a regular ball, and then everybody's like
I've
dancing.
never been to a ball.
So it's like
was
maybe
a gala.
like it's kind of like medieval times, I would say, you know, or like the
Man, I have this
Renaissance.
dance, lady.
Renaissance era, yeah. Like I see everybody like in big dresses and guys with a little mask, little masquerade mask, And I'm just sitting there like perched up on the window,
Hanging upside down?
No. I'm just sitting there and I'm looking down and I feel like this rage, like I feel like envious, like these people are all dancing, having a good time,
And
I'm
then you kill everybody?
yes, bro.
Holy
Yes,
shit.
God damn it, that's an evil dream, dude.
It's very bad. It's very bad. And it's haunted me for years.
And you kill everybody.
Every fucking
You
buddy
chomp
in the
into
room.
them?
I don't really bite anybody.
You
It's
just
more
kill
like gashing
You
with
ravage them?
nails and ripping heads off and tearing off
Jesus.
limbs. It's very violent.
Oh my god.
But what's weird about it, it's kind of like Sin City, kind of. It's like everything is in black and white, but then like
the
all the
blood
blood
red?
is red, like real
Wow.
red,
Wow.
And at one point, like in my life, like
kinda
I was
dark.
like enjoying the dream, which
Wow,
is
you
weird.
got into it.
Like I was like actually like going to sleep, like looking forward to dreaming this.
Can I
Yeah,
play, what are those people called that you talk to? The shrinks?
Therapist.
Yeah, can I play that role for a
Sure.
second? It would seem to me that you're very. I'm being honest here.
Go ahead.
Maybe because dreams are like progression of reality sometimes. Maybe you're not happy with others. You know, maybe like maybe people and I think everybody's fucking guilty of this. Sometimes you're like, look at this fuckers. Oh, this motherfucker. Oh, look what he fucking just did. Oh, what a piece of shit. Maybe you're going to sleep thinking of like, what a piece of shit this guy. And then like in your dream, you kind of fucking live you eliminating. Do the people piss you off in the dream, or are they like fucking super nice people?
I guess I should ask. People.
They're like fucking people you wouldn't kill. It's not like you're killing dirtbags in your dream.
No, but I just
You just go with it.
I look down and I feel like, you know,
you feel something like I want to take you out. The
I-
Patriots still fucking
no,
losing. Oh god, they're on the comeback too.
Have you ever had a dream where you're like, you realize
Falling?
you're in a dream? No, not that falling shit.
By the way, this episode's going long, but we can go. It's good shit.
You ever had a dream where you realize you're in a dream and you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna fuck everybody in the
Let's
dream.
go with it.
I might edit that out.
Do they let you?
Dude, I haven't had that.
You could
type-
just do it.
I haven't had that dream and like you recognize, you're like, shit, this is a dream.
You're like, hey,
you
listen.
know what's crazy about sex dreams?
This
you
is
never
a-
wear a condom.
Never.
Nah, never.
Never.
You never say. You know what? Hold on.
He's like, wait a minute, before I stick,
But
you
before I
recognize.
stick this,
There's never.
and that, let me put this on.
There's never that drive to. We got to go to the fucking gas station right here, real quick,
Right.
and then we're. But
A lot of editing on this.
aliens, ghosts, and fucking in your dreams is what it's been. Here's
So
my
what's
recurring dream, which is
Go
way
ahead,
more
go ahead.
PG than all the shit you guys been talking about. My recurring, it's very simple and it's not long and it's not that interesting, but I have no idea where it comes from. And when I'm in it, like I know I'm in it, and then like I feel like in control more than any other dream that I've ever had. You know, do you always feel in control in your dream?
No.
Sometimes shit happen that's out of
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes.
your control.
sometimes not.
Okay, in this dream, and I've had other types of dreams that I don't feel, but this one I feel so in control over that even when I'm in it, I'm like, all right, I know what to do. Imagine you're looking at overhead, like a satellite view, and you look on your maps on your phone maybe, and you see, you know, like a house here and a house there and streets.
Right.
So I'm
like
like,
Google Maps or something.
yeah, imagine you're looking at Google Maps
Google Earth.
or Google Earth. You know how you zoom in and you zoom out? I'm floating through the air, and as I'm floating,
Walter.
I knew you would say something like that. As I'm floating through the air, I go up, and then I could like kind of manipulate myself and go here or there, and then eventually I start to come back down because I'm not a fucking bird. You know, it's like a bouncing situation where I'm flying, but it's kind of like a bouncing thing. And then I could like move over here or move over there. And I have no fucking idea why I have this dream, or it has nothing to do with anything in my life, I don't think. And I've been in that dream like a shitload of times. And I'm just like bouncing. It's like I'm flying, but
Like on house to house, or you just like
point to point, whatever. You know, oh, there's this place. And I kind of like manipulate myself and I go over there. And I have no idea why.
You manipulate yourself.
I don't know why I said it that way. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I could turn my body this way and I like, maybe like I fucking fly like this, or like I go like that. It's kind of Walterish to do that, but like I can, I don't know. That's my recurring
my
dream.
sister had a reoccurring dream. Not to mention her again with the ghost shit, but she had a ghost. It wasn't a ghost.
I feel like she should have been a special guest for this episode.
Yeah, but she had a dream for a long time that she would be like sleeping in her bed, like laying in her bed, and she had like an Indian just like standing there like tonto,
Oh, dude, I've had that.
like standing at the bed of her.
Did she have a dream catcher?
No.
You know how people have that
think
I
shit?
have one in my
did?
car right now.
Why would wait? Hold on.
I never like.
I never understood why somebody would put a dream catcher in their car.
What's the point of a
It's
dream
my
catcher?
wife's dream catcher.
What's the point of it?
I don't know
Like
what
you don't
it
sleep
is.
in your car. Why would you have a dream catcher in your car?
No,
no
but
idea.
what's? Let's say you had it in your bedroom. What's the point of it?
I don't really know. I know she bought it, and I was like, "Oh, it's there." I've seen it every time I drive it.
There's a reason people have them, though, right? I don't know what it is. To remember your dreams.
Yeah.
Look it up real quick. What's the purpose of having?
I know it's like an old like
A
Native
dream
American like.
Yeah, it's like feathers
Right.
and beads.
It looks like
and
almost
shit.
like a web. The way it's like threaded and
Yeah, it's supposed to catch a dream, I think.
or filter it.
Yeah.
Patriots just.
But
fucking
I've never seen any ghosts ever. You know, there's a thing too that I
aliens. I worked with a couple of them, but they got deported.
I mean, you look at we're talking about illegal aliens. There's a thing that you have to remember. The mind is an amazing or terrible thing, you know, depending on your state. You could conjure things that aren't there. You could see things that are there and not fucking see them. You know, how many times have you told somebody, dude, you didn't see that? No, I didn't see that. Oh, you don't remember? You know, I'm guilty of it too. You have a pretty fucking good memory, and you're like,
I have a great memory.
even though you fucking go back like 20 years, you're like, hey, you don't remember in 1980 something? I'm like, no, dude, I don't fucking remember 1990, whatever the fuck it was. You know, so your mind,
your long-term memory is terrible.
it is. I block it out. I need new things. It's like my shit's like a disc, you know, like, oh, I got new information coming in. Erase that fucking old shit.
Your hard drive.
Yeah, my hard drive
is limited to
Yeah,
space.
and
You
it's
gotta, like,
it's
compress
always
it.
what do you call that shit when you're fucking defragmenting it and shit? That's almost. But anyways, the mind is fucking. It's amazing, dude. Like you could even. You know, some people who may have had some psychedelic or other drug experiences, especially
farm stores.
wherever you may be, especially, you know, at night, you know, and you know, at night things are dark,
Right.
and your mind can fill the blanks sometimes of things,
Right.
either visually or just, you know, maybe, you know, mentally, just like, okay, if this happened and that happened, and then your mind just fills in the blank.
Right.
Well, his hand is dirty, and somebody got this dirty. Well, he must have got that dirty. You just mind fills in the blank. Maybe your hand is dirty for another reason. You know, I don't know if that's a good example, but your mind always fills in blanks.
Right.
Also, in like Epstein. Epstein wakes up hung, but he knows a bunch of things. Yeah, he didn't kill him. You know, like our mind,
Yeah.
and your mind can also fill in pictures too.
Or in a stressful situation, they've proven that your mind could like project stuff. Like if you're put in a stressful situation, you know, like you could like pretty much like hallucinate and see things that weren't really there. So
The mind
or
is an
sleep
amazing.
deprivation too.
The mind is sleep deprivation. Mirages, you know, people see mirages, you know, when they're fucking like in the desert and they're fucking dying, or in the fucking
That's
boat.
happened to me. Working midnight shift, sleep deprivation. I mean, not hallucinating, but just like that uncontrollable laughter, and you find everything funny, and like you feel like everything is like in slow motion.
Yeah, it's me on a Saturday night.
The average Saturday night for this guy. Yeah, no, the mind is a terrible thing or a great thing. I see it with my daughter, dude. Like sometimes if she hasn't gone to sleep and she needs to go to sleep, like she'll just start laughing uncontrollably, you know, or doing bad things and then laughing, you know. It's just the mind is amazing. I don't know how you got on that tip, but all
Terrible
right,
thing to waste.
it is that was a good fucking.
Infomercial.
Yeah, with eggs. I don't think they had 5 eggs on that, but they had eggs on it. So I that's my dream. I don't have any ghost stories. I wish I did.
Well, you could borrow one of Walter's. over
I
here.
have
He
more,
has
but
plenty
I'll
to go through.
save them for another time.
Do you want to tell one more before we go?
I was showing my sister-in-law, who was like 7 years old at the time, this book on this encyclopedia on like science and shit that was really interesting. Those types of books that you would read that would tell you how to do certain experiments and shit like that. And all of a sudden, the bushes that were in front of me were just shaking violently. The lights were started flipping on and off, and I was the only one in the house. And you would hear that voice again talking, and she heard it, and she'll always remember it, that she heard the voice in the bushes shaking. Another time I've seen...
You were inside the house?
No, I was outside in the porch. Oh. And the porch lights were flicking on and off, and the bushes would shake, and the voices would be talking. It was fucking crazy. And other times I've seen... I threw water on a grave, and I saw it instantly become... You know how when you wet a stone, it has a darker color? Like if you get a stone and you throw water on it, the stone gets a darker wet color than what it was originally.
Sure.
And within a moment, I saw the water evaporate to form like this heart shape, like within a second.
What drove you to throw water in a stone, though?
It's dirty. It was a dirty tombstone.
You were just trying to wash it off?
Yeah. So
somebody you knew?
It was my mother again. Okay. This was in New Jersey.
Wow.
And
she's buried in New Jersey.
So you're originally from New Jersey?
Yeah, I was born in Weehawken, New Jersey.
Are you Cuban?
I'm Cuban, yeah.
There's a big Cuban population in New Jersey.
West New York, Elizabeth, Weehawken.
Shout out to Cuba.
West New York.
Yeah, shout out to Cuba. Not the communist Cubans. Because that's bullshit. Dude, if you're in fucking Cuba and you're watching this, get the fuck out, dude. Get the fuck out. Next time you go on your Olympic fucking thing, I mean, everybody's not an Olympian. Get on a fucking raft.
They don't even
They can't even
understand.
They can't even understand me, dude.
I don't think they attend the Olympics anymore.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't.
Really?
I don't think they do.
No.
The Olympics are coming up next year, and baseball's back in it. Because they had taken that out for a while, right. Which I bet Cuba's going to be in it, dude, next year. They're big on baseball and boxing.
I don't think they go to the Olympics at all.
Yeah, I don't think they stopped like years ago. Man.
Yeah, I think they're done.
Because boxing and baseball, that's all they live for.
Oh man, they were great in that. But yeah,
that's a fucking damn shame because there would have been so many boxers and so many baseball players that would have come over if it wasn't for that bullshit going on in that fucking.
Well, you had a lot of baseball players did come over anyway.
Yeah, but not as much as if it were open.
Right.
Fucking. You
know,
a
lot of those guys are past their prime too.
Yeah, too. You got it.
You got guys that are 28, 29 already. The best years went by them.
Well, they tell us they're 28 or 29.
You never know.
35. You know, you got a Duque who was amazing, but he got here as an old man.
He's Dominican. Pujols is like 45 now, right? I mean, it says that on his bio that he's 38, but nobody believes that shit.
I know, like every Cuban is not the age that they say they are, but I don't know why we're talking about Cuba, but
shout out to Cuba.
Yeah.
Weehawken, Elizabeth, West New York. That's about as Cubans and as close to Hialeah as it gets. Right where I was born, I would see the Twin Towers from my porch. From when
did you ever go on the Twin Towers?
I have a photo taken in front of it, but that's about it. I mean, you stand in front of it and it goes on in front of it.
No.
You ever went?
Yeah.
You went in?
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. It's weird to think that like that shit doesn't even exist anymore.
I mean, I saw them, but we never went inside.
I have a picture up top where you could see the other one. It's like, fuck, man, that thing is gone, and there's people who died there.
It's mind-altering to think, because I still don't believe it. Like, you think about it, 4 teams of 5 people commandeering planes. It's fucking Hollywood.
That's a whole nother episode. There's a lot of conspiracy theories around that too.
Hans Gruber.
Little Die Hard reference.
I'm gonna edit this shit out of this video.
There's people who say that that shit was fucking orchestrated, which is insane.
We'll save that for another time because I have strong opinions about that.
Yeah. On which side? Now I'm gonna have to know which side. On the anti or
there's
on
no conspiracy.
You don't?
No, I don't think so.
No, dude. I mean,
there's a lot of weird shit though.
I could kind of point by point. You could debunk every freaking conspiracy theory.
What was that guy's name? Michael Moore or whatever.
Michael Moore wasn't a conspiracy theorist for that. It was another guy that did it in plain sight, and that was the one that started
Michael Moore did Fahrenheit 9/11
and Columbine, whatever, Bowling for Columbine,
which was a very anti-Bush, Gulf War Saddam Hussein, not Gulf War, Saddam Hussein, weapons of mass destruction.
But he did other documentaries too.
Yeah, he did a lot of other shit. But that's a whole nother fucking podcast.
That you could do that.
Yeah, we will do it one day maybe. Dudes, I think that's it for fucking Ghost and Alien. I have no more. I know you got more. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it for me.
He walked out before I even said bye. All right. The
Ghost
ghost of him is here. Oh, there's a real one.
No, I'll edit it back and go.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Check out manofactionfigures.com for your holiday shopping. Check out our next episode. We'll be watching the Joshua and Ruiz fight 2. And we're going to be around for a while, so check it out. All right. Cheers, guys.
Like and subscribe.
Drink up. Like and subscribe. Thank you. See you next time. Woo!
Please tell me this shit didn't black out. Nah, good. Out.